Okay, give me 1 second as I set up everything. Hi everyone, I can see a lot of comments here. So let me get things set up and we'll get started really soon. We have 2 more minutes. Okay. We have about 88 people online on LinkedIn and bunch of people on YouTube as well. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything is live. Awesome. So let's see who we have here. We have about 89 people live here. We have, okay, let me see what are the comments. We have Ayush, Ashay, hi Alana, hello Ashdeep, Brandon is here, Nia, Javier, Firdaus, Hope. Okay, let me post here too. Hi everyone. Okay, guys, can you just confirm if you can hear me well? That would be very helpful for me. If you can just confirm that you're able to hear me absolutely clear, there is no echo, everything is all good, that would help me a lot. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's too late in India. Okay, awesome. Can anyone confirm me in the chat box if you're able to hear me absolutely fine? Okay, awesome. Cool. All clear? Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Thea, for confirming. Thank you, Mayank. Can hear you clearly. Thank you, JK. Awesome. We are at 2 o'clock. Okay, let me see. By the way, I'm currently on the East Coast. Cool, awesome. A lot of people confirming. That's great. All clear. Perfect. Awesome. Really excited, guys, for this job fair. I hope all of you are excited too. Okay, let me double check if things are all clear on YouTube as well. We have a couple of live attendees over there. Okay, awesome. Okay, this is all great, all perfect. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me in this live virtual job fair. I'm really excited for this job fair. Really looking forward to help a lot of people today. We have about 25 employers who are participating in this career fair. I've already got about 64 open positions from employers, and that too just from like 8 or 9 employers. And other employers still have to share their open positions with me. In today's session, we'll be talking about all these open job positions. What are the requirements? We'll be talking to about 5 employers, right? Because we have limited time. So I've invited 5 employers. So we'll be talking to IBM. We'll be talking to a hiring manager from PlayVS, from YipitData, who's hiring for a lot of job roles, from U.com, and this is the 5th company. The 5th company is Red Ventures. Red Ventures is also participating. And then we have scheduled a separate breakout room for Passio Life. So Passio Life will give you a separate breakout room at 3:45. Let me share my screen, right? For a quick agenda. Again, it's not anything very formal, but I can quickly share so that you all get an idea about the structure. Okay. Give me 1 second. So I'll share my entire screen. Okay. So as you guys can see on my screen, the agenda for today is we'll take this first 15 minutes to kick off this career fair. Okay, where I'll just provide you some basic information about myself, about HiCounselor, how we can help you connect with employers, right, who are the participating companies. And then within 15 minutes from now, like actually 12 minutes from now, right, at 12:15, we'll start having employers we'll start having employers for 10 minutes each, where we'll talk to them about their open position, what type of candidates they're looking for, what's their hiring process. So please utilize this time, right? From 2:15 to 3:30 p.m. ET, which is like 1 to 1.5 hour to learn more about these companies. Okay, I've seen that when people need job, they're all like, okay, just give me any job, right? But I think it should be a bi-directional process where you should also learn about all the companies, about what are the opportunities available, if that company is a right fit for you or not. Okay, so take this time to ask questions. I'll be voicing out the name of whoever asked the question from the chat box. Okay, and after at 3:30, I'll talk about some of the free tools that we have, and at 3:45, as I said, we'll have a breakout room with Passio, and this breakout room will be available on Zoom. Okay, it won't be here on LinkedIn Live, but it will be a Zoom call. So you can join that Zoom call if you want to interact with the hiring managers and recruiters from Passio Live. Okay, and 4:15 we'll wrap up. We're very close to weekend, and we'll be all done. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. So on the same board. Hello, everyone. Okay, guys. So let's build some momentum here, right? And until we have our employer partners with us, let's build some momentum. And why don't you let me show how excited you are? If you can just write in the chat box anything between 1 to 10 to show your excitement level, 10 being the most excited, that would be very helpful for me. Okay, I'm getting 11. 10. Okay, super excited. Who else? Okay, great. Awesome. 10. So Param says 10. Okay, I'm getting 100 as well. That's great. Awesome. Cool, guys. That's very helpful, very motivating. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone is enjoying. And guys, I want to make this event really fruitful for everyone. Okay, when I'm saying fruitful for everyone, definitely it'll be great if I can get you the interview calls. If so, we'll provide you access to the direct recruiters. That is my first priority. Second thing is also to inform you about some of the free job search tools that we have, right? That can really expedite your job search process. And the third thing is, just to make it fun, we'll also be giving you some Amazon gift cards. Okay, so we'll be giving away about 4 to 5 Amazon gift cards worth $25 to $50. Again, just to make this process of fun. So let's do this first quick game for a $25 Amazon gift card. Okay. So if you can just share this event on your LinkedIn page just by clicking the share button, and I'll pick one person randomly for a $25 Amazon gift card. So share it in the next 30 seconds, and I'll pick one person randomly to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Okay, so your time starts now. Okay, we are getting a lot of shares. Okay, awesome. I can see on my LinkedIn that a lot of people have shared it. Guys, you can continuously share for the next 20 more seconds, and I'll pick one person randomly for a gift card. Awesome, awesome. Let me refresh it. Let's take 10 more seconds, and then I'll pick one person randomly. Okay, I'm getting a lot of shares here, guys. Let's take 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let me refresh it and see who is the winner for. Okay, awesome. So we have Manish who shared this event. Congratulations, Manish. for this gift card. And let's take one more person. Kenya. Okay, congratulations, Kenya, for $25 Amazon gift card. Please ping me on my LinkedIn profile. Just DM me and I'll send you a $25 Amazon gift card. Okay, awesome. So, guys, okay, cool. So we have 5 more minutes before we accept our first guest speaker for today from YipitData. And prior to that, let me give you a quick overview of this job fair process again. So today we will be interacting with 5 employers, and there are 20 more employers who have shared their open positions with us. So you'll see really quick. Okay, so on the screen, as you can see, we have posted all the open positions on our website. You can simply go there, apply on this to any of the job position that fits to your need. Okay, and we'll shortlist some of the candidates, some of the relevant candidates that are fit to that job description, who are a right fit, and we'll forward those profiles to our recruiter partners and employers who are looking for talented candidates like yourself. Okay, so some of the job positions, I think we have already got 64 job positions from 8 employers. We are waiting for other job positions, and we'll share it on our platform by end of today or by tomorrow morning. So after this event, please take your time, apply to those job positions, and we'll share it with our employer partners by Monday or Tuesday of next week, and then you'll be invited for the interview calls. Okay. Now, before we get started, okay, I would like to share some of the free tools that I have created on HiCounselor so that everyone can take benefit out of it. Okay, and during this entire 1.5 hour of job fair today, after every 15 minutes, I'll give you a quick demo of one tool. Okay, one free tool on our website so that you can take maximum use of 4 to 5 really great tools that we have created. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes. I'll share one quick tool, and then we'll accept our first employer. Okay, so I'll share my screen really quick to show you the very first tool that could help a lot of you guys. Okay, so I'll share my screen. I hope you're able to see my screen as well. Awesome. So, guys, this is our website, HiCounselor.com. And by the way, prior to co-founding HiCounselor, I worked as a cloud tech consultant with Deloitte Consulting and PricewaterhouseCoopers in San Francisco. And there I realized that landing a job in tech roles is a really, really challenging task, specifically for recent graduates and early stage professionals. And that's when I left my job from Deloitte and started HiCounselor. At HiCounselor, our objective is to simplify this job search journey for a lot of people. Okay. And to simplify that process, we have created a lot of free tools. And one of the free tools that I think would be beneficial to a lot of international candidates and people who are looking for unpaid internship or like some initial level of professional experience is the tool under other tools. And there is a tool called Stop OPT Clock. Okay. I'm sure a lot of you come from different countries and you have this 90 days OPT clock restriction where you have to find a job. And if you don't find a job in that 90-day period, you lose this opportunity to stay in the US or to work in the US, right? So it's very important to either get a volunteer work or an internship at any startup, right? And I think the best way to stop your OPT clock is by getting an internship, okay? So what I've done is I've pulled out a list of about 5,400 startups in the US that are active but not very well funded. Okay, so you can see the list of all those startups and their LinkedIn page link is given over here. What you can do is you can simply go to the LinkedIn profile of any startup, click on all of their employees link, like this one, see all 21 employees. Go here, and there you'll see all the senior level people at this company, like CEO of this particular company, or like a full stack web developer, or probably the CEO of this company. I would recommend you to send them a connect request. Go to their profile, click on more, click on connect, and then add a small message to it, and send them a connect request. And you can add a message like, hey Abhinav, I recently graduated with Masters in Computer Science, and I really want to contribute at your company with some like software development, backend development, data cleaning, data analysis kind of work. And that would help me earn some professional work experience. Let me know if we can connect. Just this small message to these startups would help you get an unpaid or an internship with minimum pay. Okay. And I think that is the best way to stop your OPT counter. So there are thousands of companies. I keep on adding a lot of companies to this database every single day. Reach out to 20 to 30 companies, and I can guarantee that you can easily get internship at one of these companies, and that would be the best way to stop your OPT clock. And candidates who are like green card holders or citizens who don't need to stop their OPT clock, they can use the strategy to get an internship, right? It's a big challenge for graduates. So utilize this tool. Let me put a link in the chat box for all of you. Okay. Give me 1 second. And here is the link. Cool. Okay, did you guys find it helpful? Okay, awesome. Cool. So we are right at time. Okay, I hope everyone have got the idea of using how to use this page to stop your OPT clock. Okay, so feel free to use it, and it will be really helpful for you guys. Okay, I think we are all set to get started. Give me 1 second, and then. Okay, are we all ready to get started with our first employer, YipitData? Just give me yes in the chat box. Okay, we have 197 live attendees right now. Thank you so much, guys, for your interest. Just give me a yes so that I can admit our very first employer partner. Dory, is everyone all ready? All set? Okay, you're getting a lot of yeses. Let's get started. So, hi Dory, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. And where are you right now?
I'm currently in Philadelphia.
Nice to meet you, Dory. Thank you so much for taking out time for this virtual job fair. I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure if you can see the number of live attendees, but we have about 200 plus live attendees, 204 on LinkedIn, and about 50 plus live attendees on YouTube. Okay.
Amazing. Great to hear. Well,
Awesome.
thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure
No,
to be here.
for sure. Definitely pleasure for us. Okay, so Dory, to get started, I would love to learn more about YipitData. I know YipitData for a very long time. Some of my mentees have landed a job at YipitData. I know how amazing this company is, but I would love if you can give a quick introduction to our attendees so that they can get to learn about YipitData as a company, your mission, your vision, right? So that they can identify if that is the right fit.
Absolutely. And that's so great to hear. I'd love to hear more about that later. So YipitData is a fintech company that's based in New York City. We are backed by Norwest Venture Partners. And essentially what we do is we use alternative data insights to help our clients answer their key questions. So who are our clients? We serve over 300 of the world's largest institutional investors. So think hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds, etc. We also serve corporate clients. So think Fortune 500 companies. Some of our clients include DoorDash, Cars.com, Carvana, etc. So we are really a market research firm. And we, rather than being sort of a data company, we use alternative data to provide insights to our clients, and those insights are produced in the form of products. So they're essentially reports that we publish on a specific cadence, whether that's once a week, twice a week, once every week, once every 2 weeks, or once a month. But we're essentially covering various industries, various sectors, essentially tickers, and providing key insights to our clients to help them answer their investment questions. So hopefully that's clear, but I would love to share more if I have time.
For sure. No, definitely. That is really, really helpful. So, Dory, I would love to know what type of job roles or the opportunities do you have at YipitData at this time or probably in the future, right?
Sure
So
thing.
people can learn about it. They can constantly visit and check YipitData's career page. I'll be happy to share that in the chat box with everyone. But yeah, learning
Yeah.
more about opportunities would be very, very interesting.
Absolutely. We have a lot of exciting opportunities here at Yipit, and our company is frankly just growing at an incredible speed. Before the pandemic, our company was about 100 people big. We expect to be over 300 people big by the end of this year. So COVID, the past 2 years was certainly a tailwind for us. We proved to be very resilient throughout these past few challenging years. And you can see that in our headcount growth, not to mention the fact that we are slated to become a unicorn company by the end of this year as well. So there are a lot of exciting things happening across the various organizations within YipitData. I myself, I serve the research organization, so I'm a research recruiter, but I'm actually here to talk about 5 different openings that we currently have. Most of these roles are open to early career folks. But I think to your point, I definitely recommend folks check out our careers page. It's yipitdata.com/careers. So first, let me talk about the data specialist role. This role is certainly one for which we're open to early career folks, even if you are, directly coming out of college or even a current senior. Please do consider applying. If you have this is really a role where we're looking for a marriage between sort of finance, capital markets, interest, econ background, plus quantitative skills. So it's not purely technical. It's really, again, we're looking for folks who have interest and experience at the intersection of those fields. A good thing to note too is that we offer an incredible training program. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know various programming languages perfectly. We are, again, open to early career folks, and we have a really robust training program. We will teach you Python, SQL, and essentially we think this is a huge benefit because you are, this is a job, you're going to be paid, but you're also learning too, and you'll be mentored to really create the products that then our research team uses to build reports and deliver insights. So that's the data specialist role on the product team. Research team, we have 2 roles. We have the research specialist role, and we have the product expert role. Here, we're really looking for folks who if you have equity research experience, whether on the buy side or the sell side, if you have management consulting experience, this is in part a client-facing role. So kind of exposure to working with clients, whether it's internal or external clients, would serve you really well. We also have a sales role open. The BDA role stands for Business Development. BDA, Business Development Associate. And we're looking for folks who have about 1 to 2 years of experience in sales or business development. Finally, we are also looking for a senior software engineer. This one is not as amenable to early career folks. We're looking for about 5 to 7 years of experience. Our engineering team actually supports our internal organizations. So you're really, as an engineer within YipitData, you're removing obstacles for our data team to really be efficient at their jobs. It is sort of an internal support function. The data folks are the ones who are actually doing the programming. So that's kind of how the division of labor works within YipitData. I threw a lot of information out at you. I apologize if that feels overwhelming, but please feel free to reach out to me. Again, we have our careers page, and also our LinkedIn page has some really great videos that can shed insight on what the different roles and organizations look like.
Okay, and by the way, we have also posted your position on HiCounselor platform. So
Wonderful.
we have already started getting, I think we have got a bunch of applicants already. So we'll be definitely shortlisting and sharing some of the candidates with you. So one thing, and by the way, guys, you can start adding your questions in the chat box. I'll be happy to share this with Dory. Dory, like apart from just the regular work life, right? It's very important to have the fun element at a company. So what's your favorite part of being at YipitData?
Yeah, there are a lot of fun things actually. I'll mention. I'm not sure if this is actually considered fun, but I will share it because I think it's an important piece of information to have. So earlier I mentioned that our company is based in New York City. That is where our headquarters are located, but we are a fully remote company, which means that you can work from home if you choose to, as long as you're sitting somewhere within the US. We really leave that decision up to you. If you're based in New York, you're more than welcome to go into the office, or again, you can approach it in a hybrid fashion. So that's something that I really love about the company. And it was a really important data point for me when I was looking for a job. I actually joined the team here just a month ago. So I'm very familiar with the recruiting process at Yipit and also the onboarding process as well. So please feel free to ask me questions around those pieces as well. So love the remote offering. I also love how our culture is really open to shining a light on the mistakes that we make. So we have this fun sort of tradition where we pay $1 to the YipitData Venmo account when we make a mistake. And you'll see folks from all different levels of the company making all sorts of mistakes. And that's really to destigmatize mistake making, because we fully acknowledge that, mistake making is part of the learning process. It's part of human life. And we don't want people to feel shame around this. And we again, just want to shine a light on it and allow everyone to potentially learn from each other's mistakes as well. But I think even just the fact that we acknowledge our mistakes and we pay $1 to again highlight that mistake is shows how just open we are as a company. Another thing that I really love is that, so one thing that we like to share is that we have a 5-star Glassdoor review, which is, I think, pretty impressive. It's pretty hard to find companies with 5-star ratings, and I think it's really because of the people at our company. Everyone here is very much committed to being a master, owning their work, and also just being kind. I remember when I was going through the interview process, I was meeting with someone pretty high up in the company, and what she said to me is that we don't hire brilliant jerks. So yes, you have to be brilliant, you have to be incredibly capable, but if you're not a good culture fit, we won't hire you, because that's incredibly important to us. We want to be surrounded with folks who have really good values. So I think that's probably the third thing that I would mention.
No, that's really, really helpful. So Dory, when you mentioned about the open job positions, I saw that they're for like everyone, right? Like they're for senior level roles, entry level people as well. So just to let you know that we conducted a survey right before, like yesterday evening, where I asked, okay, how many people belong to like which different type of categories, and there were about 50% people who belong to graduate in the entry level category, 30% people who belong to 2 to 5 years of work experience, and 20% people that belong to 5 to 10 years of work experience. So I think there's a pretty good mix for everyone over here. Okay, I'm getting one question repeatedly here. Is this opportunity for international graduates here as well? That means, I think, do you sponsor or provide visas for these open positions?
Yes. So this is something in general we look at on a case-by-case basis, but we are certainly familiar with STEM OPT, H-1B, TN. We have provided sponsorships in the past, and if it makes sense, we're certainly willing to do so as well now and into the future. So I think if you have a question, a more specific question around your particular visa status, what I actually encourage you to do is actually apply. We ask a few job post questions when you apply. So there actually is a question around visa. So you can share that information with us and we can work with you on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, awesome. There's one very interesting question from Kimberly. She says, I'm currently in financial risk management looking to transition into tech. I have a background in AI processing, NLP data, and HTML coding. I would love to connect. So do you guys prefer people coming from such diverse backgrounds looking for a career transition?
So I think in Kimberly's case, because she does have a kind of capital markets interest and a background there in finance, think something like the data specialist role might be a good fit. So I want to answer your question. Is this the right place for a career fit? I would say it's hard for me to speak for every single job posting. I shared 5 postings with you, but we have many, many more on our website. So I think that potentially for roles where we're more open to, like, we don't expect like 5-7 years of experience, those roles might be more amenable to folks who are looking to make a career transition. But please, I would say, please start by looking at the job postings online. And then if you have further questions, you can reach out to me or any of my colleagues. All of our contact information is available through LinkedIn. Also, the kind of email format for YipitData is typically your first initial. So for me, D, and then last name, Guerra at YipitData.com. But yeah, sorry, I don't have a more clear answer for you there, but it would really depend on what your background is, what transition you're looking to make, and what the role is as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dory. This was very, very helpful information. Sorry, we have a limited time, but this 15 minutes of conversation, it was really helpful. Gave a very good insights and the overview on YipitData's current situation and the job positions. And I can see with the comments, like people are definitely very, very much interested. Yes. So thank you so much for your time. It's great having you.
Thank you so much. And if I may just quickly add, I know I didn't get to a majority of the questions here. I would say, please start by applying. If in doubt, apply, and we can communicate with you after the fact.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dory. I'll see you then. Bye. Okay, guys, thank you so much for all your questions. Sorry we couldn't cover a lot of these questions, but I hope you have got at least a high-level idea on what YipitData is, what job roles they're hiring for. The great thing is I think they're hiring for everyone with almost 0 to 6 to 7 years of work experience. So whichever category you belong, definitely it would be a great fit. And as it's coming on the screen, all the job positions are available on HiCounselor.com. You can go there, apply. We plan to shortlist candidates until I think Monday morning or Monday afternoon, and then we'll share all the positions with Dory and her team members. So great, awesome. So let me see how many people are live right now. Okay, we have about 200 plus people. Awesome. So it's time to invite our next employer partner. So next we have is Red Ventures. We have Alex from Red Ventures already here. Let me admit him.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And where are you located right now?
I'm in San Francisco. Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's beautiful here right now.
Not too cold?
Not too cold.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for taking your time for this virtual job fair. We really, really appreciate it. I'm not sure if you can see the number of counts at this point, but we have about 200 plus live attendees on LinkedIn and about 50 plus attendees on YouTube at this point. So yeah, let's get started. So why don't we get started with a quick overview of Red Ventures? I mean, when I saw the name Red Ventures, I thought it might be a VC firm because that's how it looks like. But no, when I went through it, I found it absolutely different. So we would love to know more about a quick overview of Red Ventures, what you guys do, what your vision and mission is.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, it's a common misconception, but actually Red Ventures is the largest digital media brand in the United States. And essentially it owns a lot of consumer brands that you would have heard of and you probably use day to day. So everything from Bankrate or Healthline or Point Sky, Lonely Planet, CNET, and then the division or area that I am in is our entertainment and gaming brand portfolio. So that consists of other really well-known brands. If you've heard of TV Guide or Metacritic, GameSpot, GameFAQs. So a lot of really awesome historical consumer-facing brands. And my role as director of product and design is to basically help people figure out what to watch and what to play.
Okay, awesome. So, Alex, tell me about awesome opportunities available at Red Ventures, if they are a right fit for our attendees or not. So, a quick overview on the job position opportunity, that would be really great.
Yeah, of course. So I am directly hiring product and design roles. We have a number of different jobs open, and get into details there. But I also wanted to call out that my engineering counterparts are also hiring aggressively. And so happy to provide a connection there to anybody who's interested.
Mhm.
Before going into the specifics around the jobs, I think it's worth touching on our strategic direction. And that's basically the area that will help you understand the area that we're hiring and why we're hiring. And essentially, a big focus for us right now is completely reinventing Metacritic. And Metacritic, if you've heard of, it's kind of a competitor to Rotten Tomatoes, but with a much more accurate and granular score. But it hasn't had investment in quite some time, and we believe that it can be an amazing foundation to build a great consumer brand on, to be competitive with Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, and help you figure out what to watch and what to play. And as a consequence of this, the tech stack is something like 10, 20 years old. It really needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. The user experience needs to be rethought from the ground up. And we need people to help us do that. So we are primarily looking for senior level people across the different disciplines I mentioned: product, design, and engineering. But there may be flexibility for the right candidate. So the specifics of the ones that I've posted and can get into some other options as well. We're looking for a principal product manager to really spearhead the user experience. Primary focus is going to be on the web team. You'll be the point PM for the whole entire Metacritic web experience, but you'll also be driving a lot of dependencies across different teams, backend teams, and whatnot. That's one, the principal product manager for Metacritic. Another is a principal designer, sort of a similar role on the design counterpart, really spearheading the design direction, the visual language, etc., for Metacritic. And that role does have a potential path to a people manager, provided it's a good fit. And then there are two other roles which I don't think are posted, but if you're interested in them, you can maybe still apply for the ones that are there, or get connected to me in some other way. And one is going to be a product role that's more back-end focused, so essentially for our catalog team. So if you're a really strong technical PM, have a great mind for data and data structures and API work, that's going to be a great fit for you. And then we also have a more junior design role as well. Not quite junior, so looking for about 2 to 3 years of work experience, whereas the other ones are more like 6 years work experience in product design. But that could be a fit as well. All of this is for Metacritic.
Okay.
And then there's one last thing I want to touch on, because I mentioned the engineering roles too. So those are also the ones I posted anyway on HiCounselor are our senior web developer roles. We're looking for full stack experience though. But again, we also have roles in other teams as well. So if you're a back-end focused engineer, or even if you're a native apps, we're going to be hiring across the board.
Okay, awesome. Tell me, Alex, more about the hiring process at Red Ventures. Like, how long do you guys take? I know it may vary
Yeah.
from job role to job role, but it's like a really quick process, or do you take your time to hire a candidate?
So it depends, right? If they're a referral, it usually goes a little bit faster. But when we find somebody we like, we really try to expedite it as much as we can. For product, generally consists of a screen with me, hiring manager, and then we have a brief take-home exercise, basically around a short write-up around a project you've done, and then we have a virtual on-site where you get to meet some folks on the team. Design is very similar, except without that middle step. So you'll screen, and then as part of the on-site, you do like portfolio review and design exercise and things like that. So overall, the process probably takes end to end, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks. We really, once we have had the on-site, we try to circle up within a day or two afterwards and get back to the candidate as soon as we can.
Awesome. That's great, Alex. So, Alex, I would also love to know more about the work-life balance at Red Ventures. What's been your experience so far?
Yeah, so the work-life balance, it is what you make of it, right? I would say that a priority for me and my team is that you take whatever time you need for your PTO, for your mental health, whatever the case may be. And I trust that my team prioritizes that. And yeah, that's a really important priority for us. We have at Red Ventures sort of a general policy too that I like to touch on, where like every one Friday every month we get off, which is pretty nice. It's sort of a rest day. So, I mean, on the flip side, and I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. If you want to work hard and hustle, like that opportunity exists for you as well. So it really is kind of what you want to make of it. Nobody is going to be looking over your shoulder, like asking you how many hours you're working and things like that.
And in this COVID times, are you guys working remote? Have you got back to office, or what can candidates expect, right?
So we are remote right now. Depending on the role, there's either a hybrid work or remote work flexibility. So for design and engineering, there's remote flexibility. If you want to be remote, you can be. If you're a product manager, it's a little bit, the hope is that you can be in the office 3 days a week. And so just like a personal like hiring bias, like I like to collaborate my team. So I have a preference for hiring an SF, but I am totally open to hiring people outside as well.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us, for talking about Red Ventures and sharing the opportunities. That was wonderful. Sorry, we have limited time, but I think we had the positions posted on HiCounselor platform. We have 4 positions with us. Feel free to share with me if you have any additional positions, as you mentioned about, I think the backend development positions, right? We'll accept applicants, say by end of Monday, and then on Tuesday, we'll share all the relevant applicants with you. Okay.
Cool. Do we have time to answer any of the questions in the chat here, or?
Yeah, there are a lot of questions, and unfortunately, we're running out of time. We can probably take one. So I've taken this remote work question again. It was again on remote work.
I can do them rapid fire here. We do have internship. Yeah. We do have internship positions, not for my team, but we do have internship positions on Red Ventures. Generally, there are new grad PM roles, but also not for my team. So I encourage you to go to Red Ventures site for that. It faces 2 candidates, bachelor's degree and boot camp certificate. Primarily that would be in an engineering facing role, and you have to pass the technical interview. Saw somebody uses Metacritic. That's great. Props to you. You should apply. Bootcamp graduate. Yeah, your experience looks a little bit junior for the roles that we're looking at, but there may be other opportunities on Red Ventures. Sponsorships are available in certain cases, so I wouldn't rule that out, particularly for engineering roles, a little bit harder for product and design. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, absolutely. REST APIs are great. Full name, Alex Weingart or Alexander Weingart. Native app, one of your native apps the company would collaborate with. We have a TV guide app and a CNET app. Cover letter, yep, cover letters are always best. And I think I answered everything else.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex, for this quick fire chat round. That is very, very helpful. And I'll get back to you with the shortlisted candidates very soon.
Great. Yeah, connect with me on LinkedIn, Alexander Weingart. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, wonderful day. Bye. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Again, those were really, really good questions. And I think it was really nice from Alex to answer all the questions, even though really quick. But I think that provided you some good level of overview. So I think for anyone who's looking for a role as a product manager, software developer, especially backend developer, or full stack, Red Ventures has a lot of good opportunities. Okay. So feel free to apply. Again, the link is coming on my screen. And one of you also asked for the full name of Alex. So let me put here in the chat box for everyone. Give me 1 second. This is Alexander Weingart. Okay, that's where you can reach out if you want. Okay, cool, guys. Before we accept our next employer, which is PlayVS, let me give you a quick overview of another tool that we have. And again, it would be very helpful for you for your job search process, and I really like it a lot. So let me share my screen really quick again. Give me 1 second and I'll share my screen. I hope you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, awesome. So if I go to our website, HiCounselor.com, okay. So the another free tool that I like to share with you is, let's see, which one should I pick? Let's pick resume bullet points, okay? So guys, I have seen, or I think I have reviewed more than 5,000 resumes in my career, in my last 4 years of career at HiCounselor, and prior to that at Deloitte, where I was a part of recruitment team as well. And from my experience, even the most knowledgeable and educated candidates, they're not very good at creating resumes or showcasing their skills and experiences in a perfect manner in their resumes. Okay, and the biggest challenge that I've seen that biggest challenge that candidates face is writing the summary and writing their experiences in the right bullet point format. Okay, so given this particular constraint, I created this particular tool on HiCounselor, which is our resume builder. What you can do with this tool is you can simply come on this page, search for a job role that you're targeting. For example, if you're targeting data analyst job role, okay, then just simply search for data analyst. Oops, remove N. Okay, you can simply search for data analyst and it will give you a lot of, at least hundreds of bullet points and example summaries for your resume. You can directly pick these experiences, pick these bullet points and mold your experiences in this format. Try it with your resume and then you'll see the difference. Because in most of your resume or in most of your experiences, you should cover what you did, how you did, and what was the outcome. We have created more than hundreds of bullet points and summary examples mentioning exactly this. So you just need to fit in your experiences, the company name, the project name that you worked on, what was the specific work, and then try it in your resume and you'll see a great difference. Okay, so make sure to utilize this tool. And again, it's not only limited to data analysts, but it's limited. You can search for, I think, 20 different job roles. So you can search for like software developer or software engineer job role, and you'll see a lot of examples over here. Okay, simply copy and put in your resume. Make sure to put your relevant experiences in there and you're good to go. Okay, and we keep on updating this resume bullet points and summary database every single week with more than 200 different suggestions. So it's always good to come review your resume if you're constantly applying but not getting the right results. I would highly recommend you to do this. Okay, cool. Let me share this resume builder link with you in the chat box, and then we'll jump on to our next employer. Okay. So here I've put in the chat box for everyone. Awesome. Great. Post a comment. Okay, awesome. Let me stop sharing my screen. Great. So are we all set to get to our next employer? Just put yes in the chat box, and then I'll admit our next employer from PlayVS. Okay, well, great, thanks. Okay, no problem. Okay, guys. So let's accept our next employer, Alex. Hi. Sorry, not Alex. Uh, hey, JV. Great meeting you. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you too. Doing great. Doing
Sorry, it's a lot
fantastic.
of back and forth. So sorry for that.
All good. All
Definitely.
good.
And where are you located right now?
In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. I worked in
Yeah.
Los Angeles at Fox Studios for 2 years. It
Oh,
was a
right
wonderful
on.
time. Yep.
Yeah, just around the corner over here.
Exactly. Century City, very wonderful
Yep.
place to be. But yeah, very nice city. Now I moved to San Francisco, by the way. Okay,
Nice.
awesome. Thank you so much again for taking your time for this virtual job fair.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And I don't think if you can see the number of live attendees, but let me just tell you here, we have about 176 live attendees on LinkedIn and about 70 live attendees on YouTube.
Amazing. Fantastic to meet you all. And, those of you that love video games and esports, please reach out to us.
Awesome. That's great. So let's get started with a quick
Yeah.
overview of PlayVS. Why don't you tell us about PlayVS as a company? What's your mission? What amazing work that you do at PlayVS?
Cool. Yeah. So and it's PlayVS. We go by PlayVS. I know it's a little confusing with the VS, but yeah, it's like PlayVS. So what is PlayVS? PlayVS is the leading amateur esports platform in the United States. We partnered with the National Federation of High Schools 3 years ago to make esports a varsity sport at high schools. Like, how awesome is that? What? So today we have tens of thousands of kids playing video games at their school and getting having state championships and things like that. Which is just, again, to me, I'm like, man, if this had been around when I was a kid, how awesome that would have been. Right now, we partner with the biggest publishers in the world. We're bringing competitions like Super Smash Bros, League of Legends, Rocket League, Madden, Splatoon, Overwatch, many, many others. And we're bringing them to kids playing in high schools, like I said, all across this country. We partner with the publishers. One of kind of our exciting one is that we're the first ever esports company that Nintendo is partnered with, which is really exciting. So like I said, I mentioned already Super Smash Bros. And Splatoon. We're also bringing Mario Kart this spring as well. And we have tons of exciting opportunities ahead, and we need really smart engineers to help us build the future of esports. So that's a little bit about PlayVS and what we're doing.
Okay, so why don't you tell about those awesome opportunities? I mean, we have candidates from, so by the way, we conducted a survey last night where I asked, okay, how many, so 980 people have registered for this event, right? And out of those, 55% people come from like freshers or the recent grad market, right? Who have recently graduated. About 25 to 30% have 1 to 5 years of work experience, and about 20% people have 5+ years of work experience. So we have a pretty diverse crowd here. So
yeah, so we're opening a position specifically for a recent grad. So we have a lot of senior engineers. We have people from top of the industry. It's a very exciting company here. We've raised quite a bit of capital and have a lot of runway, and we have a lot of senior positions. There's that team. There are still a handful of those that are available, but we're opening one specifically just for a recent grad or two that we want to bring in to actually help launch their career at PlayVS. So the job that you all are seeing on the HiCounselor is specifically for recent grads. And also too, if you're a student as well, that's okay. We'd love to interview you and meet you now. We want to pick and find a really great fit for a couple people and bring them on this, as soon as they graduate. So even if you are a student now, that's totally fine too.
Awesome. So Alex, JV, a lot of people say that there are no positions for entry-level candidates. There are no positions for recent grads, right? If you look at LinkedIn, right? That's not true. And guys, as you can see, out of 3 employers, this is the second employer we have who's hiring for recent grad. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about your training program or the onboarding program for recent grads?
Yeah, so absolutely. Bringing somebody in, we would take the first 30 days of really acclimating them to our company, getting an understanding of the landscape of esports. There's a lot to learn. Sometimes when people go and work at a video game company, that video game company may only be working on one video game for like 3 years. We've added 6 or 7 titles this past year. So there's a lot of like learning different games, learning the competitive esports space around those games. You know, a League of Legends esports competition is very different than, say, a Super Smash Bros. So just understanding the landscape is going to be a part of their onboarding, and also getting familiar with our tech stack and how we like to solve problems, the way our system functions, and how we work with publishers. And so then there would be a lot of training around just understanding the infrastructure and the technology. And from there, we would then look to move that person into, so our engineering team is broken up, and we have feature teams, and then we have like service teams. So feature teams are ones that actually build features for our end product. And then our service teams are more of like internal, so like admin tools, ways of setting up leagues and competitions, working with publishers on API integrations, etc. So from there, we would look to then get that recent grad or that intern position, that person like finding a team that they really fit with and gel with. So.
Okay, awesome. And what, apart from technical skills, what other skills are appreciated at PlayVS? I mean, forget
We
about
love
C++
it.
and Java. Yeah, what is
Yeah. We love people that love video games. I mean, every single person that we interview, we actually ask them like, hey, tell me about the last game you played. And there's a passion. I mean, Delane he loves NBA 2K, and like we play video games in the office, and we like play Fortnite, and there's a genuine enthusiasm for what we do. We even have company internal tournaments. This week we have a Mario Kart internal company tournament going on. So I would say if you love video games, and it's okay if you're not competitive with them, but if you just really enjoy them, I know that's what brought me to this company. I was a CTO at a company before, but I was like, I started my career in video games, and I was like, you know what? I want to go back to video games. Like, I enjoyed it so much. I actually came in initially as just an engineer. And now, I'm an engineering manager now, but it's like, for me, that love of video games has certainly driven me. And I know that drives a lot of the people here. So if we see that kind of passion for video games and being a part of the esports space, then yeah, that's gonna go a long way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a few questions from our live attendees. So Harsh says, do you have internship positions available at PlayVS?
We do. Yeah, that's specifically today. We're coming here today we've opened up one specifically for this group here. So you guys yes, please apply.
Awesome. Becky says, are these positions available remote, or do we need to be at office?
Yeah, they are remote. The company is fully remote right now. I am in our Los Angeles HQ. Sometimes people do come by here. But yeah, so we have offices in Los Angeles and in Austin, but the company right now is operating remotely, and we actually are hiring like fully remote positions. So we think that kind of the workspace has changed, the world's changed, and so we see that we will maintain long-term remote positions. But we also, offices are fun, and especially when you're playing games, and especially with this group. So like, I would strongly encourage, if any of you want to end up in Los Angeles or Austin, yeah, like reach out, because it's a fun space and it's a fun group of people to be around.
Rashid says, what languages or frameworks do you use?
Yeah, so we are in TypeScript. We use React on the front end. We do Node on the back end. We're GraphQL and Postgres as our database. And we also do some work around with DynamoDB for NoSQL, and also Elasticsearch.
Mm-hmm. And Joshua says, that sounds like a perfect dream job. Okay.
It is. How do you think we get such amazing people, right? It's really incredible. There actually, Inc. just wrote an article on Delane and the company. There's a book coming out from the guys that wrote Moneyball about Delane and his story. His story is incredible. And yeah, it really is. It's an awesome company, and it's built with a lot of fun and love built into this company. So. And also, too, an incredibly diverse company. It's the most diverse company I've ever worked at. We have everyone, every imaginable background is at this company. It's really awesome.
That is great. No, I always appreciate like having a very diverse team. It's amazing from learning perspective. I mean, nobody can beat that, right?
Yeah, and it helps with us for decision making, because for us, we love differing perspectives. So we always talk about it's like, disagree, discuss, and then decide, right? And if there isn't like differing perspectives, then you don't have enough people, like you don't have the right people in the room. Like I don't ever want to walk into a situation and be like, oh, everyone just agrees, because then that's going to be a bad decision, a bad outcome. Like let's find some areas of like, well, what if we think about this way or that way? And those are three really important things for us, disagree, discuss, decide.
Guys, that's a great learning for me, and I've noted it down. Probably you can also note it down, and it will definitely be helpful for your future career. No, it's a very good, these three words, right? And I think most of the people start with the first one, and then
Right.
they end up there, right?
Exactly.
You gotta
And
move
we
on.
like to start there, start the conversation, right? That's always and especially when building tech solutions, right? Like that's one of the things we always say, especially when people are creating RFCs, is every RFC has to contain a counterpoint. And we really encourage people to like, hey, here's my proposal, and here were the reasons why we shouldn't do this. And we like the people that are putting it. It's like you can have disagreement even within yourself, and we encourage that in our engineers. That curiosity and that critical thinking is really important.
Okay, no, that's really amazing. I mean, it's great to learn about PlayVS. So I'm not much into video games. Sorry for that,
All
but
right.
it's really good
All
to learn
good.
about the company. And
Yeah.
being a startup founder, like, and I can look at the office and look so amazing and cool.
Oh yeah, it's super fun. We got our our video games back there too. Like
For
we have
sure.
our arcade stations and our computer labs and stuff where we all. It's funny. Like my first week when I joined the company, we were integrating Fortnite in our platform, and so every day at 3:00 for my first week, we had to go play Fortnite to test our system for a couple hours. I was like, this is incredible.
That is
Yeah.
great. That is great. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, JB. It's great to have
Thank
you.
you.
And
All right.
yeah, we'll share all the applications with you by Tuesday of next week, and we'll stay in touch.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. It's great meeting you, and happy to be a part of this. Thanks
Awesome.
all.
See you
See
then.
you.
Have a good weekend.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Okay, guys, that was such a wonderful company. I never knew about PlayVS, and I pronounced it at PlayVS. I mean, that was not so good, but again, it was good learning for me. But okay, in a nutshell, I think it's a very good opportunity for a lot of candidates who are looking for entry-level positions, internship. Yes, I haven't received any internship position from PlayVS until now, but I can reach out to their to JB and the recruitment team again, and we'll post it on HiCounselor platform. So make sure to go there, apply, and we'll accept applicants by Monday, end of the day, and then we'll shortlist. We'll shortlist some of the candidates, and we'll share it with JB and his team members. Okay. So before we get to our next employer partner, which is from you.com, let's take just 5 minutes, okay, for a quick fun round, okay? So guys, we started HiCounselor with the objective to help all the job seekers. We on my LinkedIn page, I try to share as much as I can. But recently, I realized that there are a lot of, there's a huge crowd available on TikTok. I know TikTok always sounds like a platform where you don't, you utilize it for the fun purposes. But what I realized is that there are a lot of recruiters and hiring managers posting positions on TikTok. Okay, so I would recommend to have your profile on TikTok, and you can use it for fun purposes as well, but also try to search for keywords like job search, hiring, and you would come across some amazing job openings over there. Okay, I learned about it just a few weeks ago, and it was like a shocker for me because I was always like, okay, TikTok is a place to have some pastime or like fun, but it's a really great place to explore some really good opportunities as well. Okay, so I would highly recommend you guys to go and check out TikTok as well. Awesome. So before we jump on to so we'll take 2 more minutes, and in this 2 minutes, I'll share some of the amazing job search tools that we have created. So I'll share my screen again. I'll give you a quick tour of one more tool that we have created, and then we'll jump on to our next employer partner. Okay. So here I'm sharing my screen again. Chrome tab. Let's go to this one. Cool. So I hope you can see my screen now. Okay, so which one should I pick now? Okay, So let's take this recruiters database. Okay. So a lot of times I've seen that candidates or like job seekers like yourself, you guys spend most of your time just applying to job positions on LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster.com, right? You guys probably search software engineer, data science, data analyst, and whatever job positions come across, you go there and apply to it. But do you know that only 85% of companies are represented on major job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, or Monster? That means there's a huge competition for the 15% of the companies that are available over here, right? 85% companies are not available on these major job boards. And I always recommend candidates or job aspirants to reach out to recruiters and hiring managers from companies that are not very well represented on these major job search platforms. Okay. I mean, one of my mentees, he applied to a position for a company that is based out of San Francisco. It's a Series B funded company, about $40 million funded, very good growth opportunities. He just applied there. There was not much competition. He got an interview call and he eventually landed a job with 6 figures of salary, right? So I want you to utilize smart ways of finding a job rather than going with the traditional methods, right? Or what everyone else is doing. Okay. So to make your search simpler to recruiters, right? I've created these 4 recruiter databases. Okay. So there is one database of recruiters from companies that sponsor H1B. I know there are a lot of international candidates. They're always looking for companies and recruiters who sponsor H1B. So for that purpose, you have to go to this first tool. You can find all these companies' profile, reach out to their recruiters directly on LinkedIn. You'll be all set. We have added about 953 companies. We'll be adding a lot more to this list. Okay. Another one is recruiter from 100 million plus funded Silicon Valley companies. It's a list of about 1,700 plus companies that are 100 million plus funded. When a company is 100 million plus funded, trust me, guys, they're always hiring, right? Every 3 to 4 months, they're hiring for right job roles. Reach out to their recruiters. Okay. Then we have created a list of recruiters from tech companies that have recently got funding. Okay, so all these tech companies, they've recently grabbed funding, and you can see there are 3,600 plus companies out here. Simply go to the LinkedIn profile of this company, and here you'll find directly someone who's currently working at this company and hiring. Simply reach out to them, right? This is way more efficient than you search for a software engineering job role on Indeed and apply to those 20, 30 companies that everyone else is applying for. Okay, so 3,600 plus records, direct profile of recruiters. Utilize it. It would be very, very helpful for you guys. Okay. When you go to the networking, the final is University Recruiter Database. As I was telling that about 50% of this webinar or this job fair registrants are entry-level candidates. So here I would like to share a profile of recruiters who are hiring university grads, right? Or university recruiters. Simply click on the LinkedIn profile and you'll directly land on the recruiter, the page of this talent acquisition head, sometimes recruiters head. Send them a connect request, add a small note saying that, hey, I recently graduated in Masters in Computer Science, Data Science, and I'm looking for a job role in whatever XYZ, like for example, like backend engineer, data analyst, data engineer. I would love to connect on a quick 15 minutes phone call. Send it out, boom. Okay. So this database would save a lot of your time in doing that search who belongs to your particular type of job role. So please utilize it. I'll put a link in the chat box for everyone. Okay. And we are all set to get started with our next employer. Let me just put this in the chat box and we'll get started then. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'll put this in the chat box for everyone. This is the first database link. The second one for the H1B employers is out here. And the third one is over here. Awesome. Great. So are you all excited to meet our next employer, you.com? Just put yes in the chat box and we'll get started. Okay, awesome. So Iris said, okay, these tools are so great. Thank you so much, Iris. Awesome. So let me admit Oscar and Richard. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Richard. How are you guys doing?
Excellent. How are you doing? Can you
Hey.
hear us okay?
Doing great. I mean, it's a wonderful day, a very excited event, a lot of live attendees. It's always good to meet and interact with people who are very passionate about tech roles. So yeah, it's a great event. Where are you guys located?
Menlo Park.
Menlo Park. Oh, pretty close to my home. I'm in Redwood City.
Nice.
I'm in Texas.
Sorry, say it again.
In Texas.
Okay, Texas. Okay, I did one project in Texas back in 2016, but since then, never got a chance. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for taking your time for this virtual job fair. Excuse me. Just let me tell you the count of live attendees. So right now we have about 160 live attendees on LinkedIn, and we have about 70 live attendees on YouTube. Okay, so we would love to know more about you.com. If you can give a quick overview of the company, what you guys do, that would be a great point to get started.
Sure, yeah. We are a new private open search engine platform. What do we mean by that? Well, on a high level, the entire economy is moving online. And right now you have a single gatekeeper in front of it that just wants to show you ads and sell you as a user to the highest bidder, which is usually advertisers. And so this single gatekeeper is controlling most of search, and now over 65% of all the searches that are being done are 0 clicks, meaning they don't even go to the rest of the economy anymore. They only stay within Google until they can sell you to the right ad. And so they've worked over the last couple of years to make their ads more and more relevant and their content not that much more relevant. So we're building a new search engine based on values of trust, facts, and kindness. It has the most privacy of any search engine out there. A lot of people are getting fed up of having ads follow them around the internet for weeks at a time. It won't have ads either. And it's basically a way to get things done and to save you time. And the best way is to just experience it. We will launch actually next month. So everyone can do it, and we encourage you to sign up on you.com, you.com. And you would think that's a URL you don't have to pronounce much or spell out, but yeah, it's like YouTube, but without the tube. So you.com. And yeah, we're really excited to meet you all, and we're growing a lot also, and looking to hire lots of amazing engineers, but also product managers and product data scientists and community managers and a couple of other roles.
That's great. Thank you so much, Richard. So Richard, although I've already got a few positions from Oscar that you guys are hiring from, we have uploaded them on HiCounselor. Definitely will be accepting applicants. But if you can give a quick overview of the type of job roles that you're hiring for, that would be really amazing for all the attendees.
Yeah, so on a very high level, in terms of the engineering, we're looking for generally full stack engineers who ideally have some experience with machine learning, but it's not necessary. We're looking for strong front end people too with React, looking for strong Python knowledge on the engineering side, and just a general excitement to build the next defining internet company of our generation. The interface to everyone's digital life. And so yeah, we're excited about, and hiring the most on the engineering side. We're also looking for more product managers, in particular growth PMs, so a particular type of product management to help us grow and retain and convert users to join you.com. And we also have roles for product data scientists to do analytics and try to improve the product.
Okay, great, awesome. And are you hiring for remote roles, or do we have to be at office?
Great question. We started last year in the middle of the pandemic, and then we couldn't meet legally inside, and then the wildfires started in California, so we couldn't meet outside either. So we are fully remote. A lot of us are in the Bay Area, and sometimes we have dinners and fun events together, and create community. We also have offsites every couple of months where we fly everyone in to a nice location and all get to know each other better. But the default is we're fully remote.
Okay, that's great. I mean, then I think we both started at the same time. By the way, how difficult was it to get u.com as domain?
Either or very doable if you know the right people.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Because I was looking for like a lot of domain. I remember like even 2.5 years ago, and getting a domain name with just 3 characters, it's simply impossible, right? If you're just searching on GoDaddy. But that's a great job. So congratulations. Awesome. So you guys are fully remote. So do you hire like international candidates, or do you have preference only for the local candidates who don't require any sponsorship?
Great question. We are open. There is a little bit of a tricky bit with time zone differences. So being in somewhat of American time zones does help, just because we want to have overlap with people during the day to chat on Slack and have meetings during roughly normal 10 to 6 kind of business hours in PST, like Pacific Standard Time. We can make exceptions and go into different time zones, but it needs to be a really, really great fit. And people need to be very, very communicative and have just great communication skills and using them very frequently the further they are away from those time zones.
Mm-hmm. And as Richard, I understand you guys are a very young company, right? Growing pretty fast. How do you ensure like training and onboarding of new team member at your company? I know because sometimes it becomes really challenging, and it's very important for especially like entry level people, right? Who have like few years of work experience. So how do you address that?
Yeah, great question. We actually also hiring a recruiter who will then help us on the HR side and with all the onboarding processes. And right now we're lucky to have Oscar, who is working on that and making it a smooth experience for everyone.
Awesome. By the way, to all the attendees, guys, I can vouch for any startup that is like 1 to 2 years old. The learning curve at any startup is so amazing. It's so exponential that I would always prefer a startup company that's like 1 to 2 years old, in the very initial stages, compared to like any say Fortune 500 companies. I mean, definitely everyone has its own value, but from the learning perspective, from exposure, from responsibilities, there couldn't be anything better than that. So definitely go for it. Okay, so a few more things that I would like to learn about you.com is how's the company culture? I mean, in terms of like work-life balance and like interacting with each other, and remote sometimes it's tough. How are you guys managing it?
Yeah, great question. We our values are trust, facts, and kindness, and we want to live that in the product experience, but also between us. So we trust each other in always having the best intent and trying to do the best work each person can, and empower everyone to do that. And we also want to have very good discussions and try to not have any egos or deep sort of worries involved. And when we just discuss the facts and analytics and try to understand the data better, but also as we're doing that, always be kind to each other. So it's a very friendly atmosphere. There's a lot of like jokes and good times in our meetings, but it's a good balance, I think, between just being friendly and fun, but also getting things done. And yeah, we talk a lot on Slack. Then now Slack has this new feature, Huddle, so you can just kind of talk quickly. Of course, we have a lot of Zoom meetings as well. But we also have, a no meetings Wednesday, where we try to have as few meetings. For me, it's a little bit harder as the CEO, but we try to also for the engineers have some good uninterrupted focus time, especially. And so yeah, that's a little bit about us. we have all the standard perks of good health insurance and all of that. And I guess in terms of work-life balance, we're gearing up for launching fully publicly. So I'm sure that will be stressful no matter what. But generally, we try not to, give someone on a Friday night a big work ticket that they have to finish by Monday morning. We try to respect people's weekends because this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. And when you say like no meetings Wednesday, no meetings Tuesdays for me. So that's a great initiative, and I totally understand it. Okay, so let's take a few questions from live attendees. Okay, and
great.
I'll take some of the questions really quick. So the first one's from Harsha. Do you have any internship positions available as well?
We do, yeah. We actually have several internship positions available. The summer has, I think, mostly filled up now, but especially for off summer, we still have lots of positions. So yeah, feel free to apply.
Okay, Kabira says if we don't have exact experience but we want to change careers, should we apply?
When you want to change careers and in what?
If they want to change career but they don't have exact experience as per your job description, can they apply?
They can apply. On the engineering side, we'll just have interviews, and if you can make it through the interview, you're going to be good to go. You will need some, like if you're coming from a zero programming background, and it'll be hard to pass the programming interview. But if you have a lot of experience in Node.js and then you switch to React.js, that's a little bit of a different story.
As long as you can do the work, that's all we need, right?
That's right.
Okay. Awesome. So the next question, this sounds like awesome. A more ethical Google. Amen. That's from Becky. Okay, how do you profit? What's the business model, if you want to share?
Yeah, great question. We're focused right now on just building the best search engine we can. But we will commit to never doing targeted ads that keep following you around with privacy invading pixels all over the internet and try to sell you something you don't even know you want yet or anything like that. But outside that, we'll explore a lot of different options.
Mm-hmm. There's a question from Ronnie, a question to Oscar. How open are we to add team members for other languages other than English? I'm in Middle Eastern and interested in Arabic version of you.com.
It's a great question. I think Richard is probably the best to ask that question and answer it.
Yeah, so right now, I guess like there's sort of different ways to think about that. Right now, so the company language is English. Like most, the only intersecting language that all of us speak is English. So we'll have to be able to speak English internally. For now, in terms of the product, we're focused on the US market, but we're going to be available everywhere, but we're not yet supporting other languages. And that pains me a little bit. I'm originally from Germany. I'm a German citizen too. And so I would love to be able to support more languages in the future, but as a small startup, you just can't do it all at the same time. So we're focused on desktop right now, and especially focused also on developers, but it works for everyone. It already works on mobile, and it works in most other languages to some degree, but not as well. So there's definitely more work that we want to do, and supporting eventually all the world's languages is definitely on our roadmap, and I hope we'll get to it next year.
Okay. Awesome. And the next question is, can you please share a name of speakers and their LinkedIn profiles? I'll share that, Anthony. Alana says, is the recruiter position available to apply on HiCounselor? I don't think I have that. Oscar, you can share that with me if you have that job posting, and I'll put it on HiCounselor.
Great. Yeah, we'll add it soon.
Okay, awesome. So thanks, Elana, for asking that. I think that's all. Is the product data scientist an entry-level position?
Ideally, you'll have some experience in product data science. Yeah, it's the only one we have, so we need someone who can just hit the ground running on that one. Yeah.
Okay, and what would be the scope of data scientist at the company? Does the company have a data pipeline in place? It's from Maham.
Great question. We have a lot of data pipelines in place. Yeah, this is one of the most important things we can do as a search engine. We actually are slowing us down because of our values of privacy. We have an incognito mode where we don't track anything. So there's no analytics that we can do on that. But if you're standard logged in and you want customization and personalization, you want to have control and say, I like this source more, I like that source more. We want to store that information when you give it to us explicitly, and then give you exactly the kind of information that you need, instead of having a big monolithic company decide what you need to consume and how. So we give users control, but with that control, of course, we as they personalize it and customize it, we need to store that and then update the AI systems and the ranking systems. So there's a lot of data pipelining that we need to do on that front.
Okay, awesome. And the next question is from Gauri. Are there any opportunities for business analyst position?
Interesting. We are looking for a very creative BD hire, someone who really understands the zeitgeist, knows what's happening, maybe understands crypto too, and is very creative, and has ideally some experience in the consumer world. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That's really helpful, Richard and Oscar. Thank you for taking your time for this.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us.
Okay,
Thank you,
awesome.
everyone.
Thanks, Oscar. See you then. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Okay, guys, that's I think that was wonderful to know about you.com, and thank you for all your questions. Give me 1 minute until I look for our next employer. Okay, awesome. We're all set. Okay, guys, so those were some really good employers with great opportunities at their companies, and I think it's available for every type of candidate who's out here. For entry level, for mid level, I would highly recommend you to apply it on our platform. We'll be shortlisting candidates, sending it out to our employers on Tuesday morning. So yeah, take your time, apply, go through the job description. If it's the right fit, do go for it. I always recommend one thing, that no job description would be 100% fit to your profile. Okay, so if you are a fit to about 60 to 65% to a job position, I would always go for it rather than not applying for it. Okay, awesome. So guys, let's do one more fun event really quick. As I mentioned you at the beginning, that I like just 15 minutes ago, that I found that TikTok is a really good platform for job hunt process, and I was simply amazed by it. So we decided that we as HiCounselor, I will personally create a profile on TikTok, and will share a lot of job openings, career related opportunities, all of our upcoming webinars and everything on TikTok. Will be way more active over there, right? So I have some activity on LinkedIn, but we'll try to be pretty active on on TikTok, with some employer videos and a lot more opportunities as well. So we have created our TikTok profile. And so now this quick quiz will be for, give me 1 second. Okay. So this, now the next quick quiz is for a $50 Amazon gift card. And all you need to do is to follow HiCounselor on TikTok. Okay. And I'll randomly pick 2 people. I'll pick 2 people from live attendees who will follow HiCounselor on TikTok for a $50 Amazon gift card. And your time starts now. Okay, for the next 2 minutes, you can follow it, and I'll randomly pick 2 people, and I'll offer this Amazon gift card. Okay, so your time starts now. Okay, let's see how many people have we got here. Let me open our TikTok channel on HiCounselor channel on TikTok. If you want, I can also put a link in the chat box for everyone, but you can simply go to TikTok and search. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. So here is the link of our TikTok platform. I'll put here in the chat box for everyone. Okay, Let me put here in the brand this as well, banner, in case if that makes your job easier. So I'll go here and okay. So let's see. If you've got someone, let me open it. Let's take 30 more seconds and then we'll see how many people we've got on TikTok who has done it. And guys, I always say that this job search process, I mean, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Luck also play a big factor in there, but you should always take it as a very light process, right? Because I've seen that sooner or later, it's just for a few candidates, it will be like 2 to 3 weeks. For a few candidates, it will be like 2 to 3 months. All you need to do is to stay calm, look out for the right opportunities, continuously learn, right? And hunt for like backdoor approaches. So I never recommend like this, some like straightforward or traditional ways of like searching on Indeed or LinkedIn and then applying to positions where everyone else is applying. That's not a right strategy. So right, always look for the backdoor approaches. The way we are connecting with a lot of recruiters in the direct opportunities, always look out for those options, and then sooner or later you'll be on the other side of table. Okay. Let me see. Okay, what have we got? Okay, a lot of them. Cool, awesome. So, okay, let's take last 30 seconds more for this, and then we'll announce our winner for YouTube. Sorry, for TikTok follower. Great. So a lot of people say done, done, done. So let's take 5 more seconds, and then we'll announce the winner for our TikTok page follower. And by the way, guys, I'll be posting a lot of relevant contents, job postings, employer interviews, recruiter profiles on TikTok platform, because I found like a lot of job seekers and the aspirants are very, very active on TikTok. So we should spread the word, make help more and more people. Okay. Cool. Refreshing it for the last time, and then we'll announce the winner, and then we'll go ahead. Okay. Awesome. So I'm looking at the people who have followed. So let's say, oops, give me 1 second, guys. So there's an alarm from my building. Okay, so I'm just muting.
May I have your
Sorry to mute myself, guys. There was a false alarm in my building, so they were just announcing it. They'll probably announce it again. Okay, so you'll hear a background noise. Sorry for that. Okay, so we'll take 1 more minute of mute, okay? Or you can hear that message as
su
well.
atención, por favor. Su atención, por favor. La alarma de fuego que acaba
Okay, finally, both alarm information are done. So let's go ahead and pick 2 winners. So the first one, randomly, I can see Gauri Khatri. Okay, so Gauri, congratulations. I'll send you a $50 Amazon gift card. And the next person is we have, let's say Kim Impossible. Who's Kim? Okay, so Kim Impossible. I think that's Kimberly. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for following our TikTok channel. Again, those who have followed but didn't get the Amazon gift card, look, the idea is to provide you a lot of helpful information. And yeah, so let's stay in touch over there, and we'll be happy to help as many candidates as possible. Cool, guys. So as a next step of this job fair, there is one final company, that is Passio Life. Passio Life is hiring for a lot of job roles. And if I'm not wrong, a lot of their job positions are available remote. Okay, they're hiring for a lot of remote positions. We'll be having them in a separate breakout room in Zoom. Okay, so let me add a Zoom link over here in just 10 minutes from now at 3:45 Pacific time. Right now it's 3:33. In 3:45 Eastern time. Right now it's 3:33 Eastern time. Just in 10 minutes from now, we'll get started on a separate breakout room where you can directly talk to recruiters and hiring managers. So on this platform, you can only put in chat, right? And I wanted to make it even more interactive. So for that purpose, we are conducting this breakout room with an employer on Zoom platform, because on LinkedIn Live, you cannot ask questions, you cannot talk to the recruiter. So let's do one breakout room on Zoom in 10 minutes from now. And let me share link with everyone over here so that you can see and you can watch it. Okay, so let me share that link. And I would like to see all of you in 10 minutes. Okay, I've copied the link. And I'm putting it here in the chat box for everyone. We will be meeting on this Zoom link in 10 minutes from now to meet with Passio Life's recruiters and hiring managers. There are a lot of job positions there. You will be able to like unmute yourself, talk to them, ask questions, right? So you won't be just like listening format. Okay, cool. So here it is. Let me also put here in the banner so that everyone can see it. I can put it, join breakout room to meet Passio Life. Okay. Add banner. Okay. So this is the breakout room link, guys, for Zoom, where you will be meeting recruiters from Passio Life. And I look forward to seeing all of you over there. And thank you so much for attending this job fair. Again, to apply to all the job positions, simply go to HiCounselor.com. On the top, let me also share my screen so that everyone can see it. Okay, share screen. Chrome tab. Okay. So simply go to HiCounselor.com. On our website. When you go to virtual job fair, there's this option called job openings at participating companies. Simply go to this link. We have already added about 44 job positions, and the employers are continuously sharing with us all the job positions, right? So keep checking this page, apply to any of the job positions that's a right fit for you by Monday, end of the day. And on Tuesday, I'll share shortlisted profiles with about 25 employers who have participated in this career fair. Again, we plan to conduct even a bigger and a better career fair moving forward. So the next career fair will be scheduled on November 4th. I'll create an event very soon. So you can simply go to my LinkedIn profile and directly follow me over here so that when I post about the next career fair event, you'll be first to get notified. Again, it'll be great for you. I'll try to have about 50 companies in the next career fair. Okay. I hope everyone has got the idea. All the job positions are listed on virtual job fair. The second option, job openings. Directly apply. We'll share your profile with all the participating employers, and we'll be good to go from there. Okay. Any questions that you guys have at this point that I can answer, please put in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Where is the link? Let me put the link over here. That's a good question. Okay, so the link for job openings page is down in the chat box now. Okay, let me also post from my LinkedIn profile so that you get it. Okay, and as I said, in 15 minutes, let me add a few more information here so that it's clear for everyone. Just in 6 to 7 minutes from now, at 3:45. Give me 1 second. Let me add a time here at 3:45 p.m. ET. That is in 5 minutes from now. We'll start with Passio Live, and we'll talk to the hiring managers and recruiters over there. Okay, it's still my name coming. Okay. So you can join this breakout room to meet with Passio Live recruiters and hiring managers, talk to them, ask any question. Can you repost that in the chat? Okay, thank you so much, Dylan, for reposting the link. No Zoom link shared. Let me share it again. I think people have got it. Okay, I've shared the Zoom link again in the chat box. Any other question, guys, before we wrap up? Hey, everyone, don't forget to do this. Hi, Anna. Thank you so much for putting... Okay, so we are also helping Injective Labs with hiring for job roles. It'll be posted on our website. And as Hannah mentioned, definitely check out their website, Injective Labs, for vacancies. And by the way, I'll be sending a separate email to everyone for Injective Labs, their job openings. I'll also be posting it on my LinkedIn profile. And also, as everyone who has registered for this event, you'll be getting an email personalized for all the job openings. And I'll make sure, Hannah, to specifically point out the job openings at Injective Labs. Thank you for pointing it out here. What's the rest of the participating companies? Ayush, so Ayush, I don't have it at the, okay, let me double check. So we have Valon, we have TikTok, we also have IBM. What else? Let me check at the list. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it with me right now here, but we have about 20 to 25 companies. I'll be just keep checking our job page. By the end of tomorrow, we'll add all the job positions over there. Would like to give suggestions for the next career fair for the BA and DA hirings, and I'll be completing a third week by them with HiCounselor. Awesome. Thank you so much, Gauri. Okay. Awesome. So as we have just 5 more minutes, guys, for this next job fair or like this next interaction with Passio Live on Zoom, okay, let me quickly share about HiCounselor really quick. So at HiCounselor, we try to simplify the job search journey for candidates through the backdoor approaches. The first thing that we do is we help candidates with their interview preparation in a very short period of time, just 3 weeks, to help them with technical, behavioral, and HR interview prep so that you're all set for interviews. Again, we do not teach software engineering or data science right from scratch like codings like boot camps, but we prepare you from an interview perspective. And after that, we connect you with the recruiters through networking, through these events, through our personal connections, so that you can get more and more interview opportunities. And we work on income share agreement, that is ISA, where we do not charge anything from you upfront. It's literally $0. You pay 9% of your first year's salary only after landing your job. Okay, so that's on ISA. If you are interested, we have our next cohort starting I think in 3 to 4 weeks from now. So simply go to our website, which is HiCounselor.com. Let me go again. Simply go to our website. And right on the bottom of the page, you'll see an application form. Fill in the application form, your name, email ID, your LinkedIn profile URL, career track that you're interested in. This is very important. We only help candidates who are looking for a job in software engineering, data science, or product management. When I say data science, it includes data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, and business intelligence analyst. And also, what's your current visa status and your graduation date? If you're selected in the program, we'll be helping you with the training as well as getting your interview calls. Okay, so apply on our website, and I'll be more than happy to help you with the job search process. Awesome, guys. So we have 3 minutes to get started with Passio Live. Let me check if we have everything all set up and running over there. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining me here on LinkedIn. I am looking forward to seeing you on Zoom for Passio Live. If you haven't got the link, it's appearing on my screen right now. And I'll put it here again for everyone, and I'll see you there. Here you go. Join a Zoom breakout room for Passio Live. Okay. Okay, guys, so I'm ending this LinkedIn Live broadcast. Thank you so much for your participation, for your interest. I thank all of our employer partners as well. As I mentioned, apply on our website, HiCounselor.com, for all the open job positions. Keep checking the website for today and tomorrow for the rest of the positions that are not posted. And we'll share your profile with our recruiter partners by Thursday. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening ahead, and I look forward to seeing you on the Zoom breakout room. Bye.